Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. GX, and this is Bootleg Pokemon Games, JonTron by the channel JonTron Show. Yeah, bootleg Pokemon games, really? I mean, Pokemon was at once when I was a kid, was really famous. Then for a time it went away, then something like, you know, an app came for Pokemon Go or something, and became famous again. I don't know what's all that about. I remember watching Pokemon cartoons and shit when I was a kid, but that's it. I never played any Pokemon game, but yeah, this is gonna be fun. JonTron is a great channel. I love how he reviews things, right? And he just chooses specific things to review, which is just fucking awesome. It's hilarious, from workout videos to, you know, this Pokemon Go to, you know, that what was the Goop Lab, right? I don't even know what the fuck is all that about, that scam. So yeah, let's do this one. Remember, if you like my Rickson, don't forget to like, subscribe. Check out the Rickson, there's a link in the description. Check out the cars or different playlists, check out the end cards, and yeah, let's watch it.
JonTron.
Pokemon, a series dearly beloved by many. Few games can claim to harness its gravitational pull. This golden goose has sold millions upon millions of copies, spawned countless varieties of merchandise, and touched multiple generations of kids and adults alike. How many franchises do you know that bridge the
That sentence is just wrong. Pokemon has touched multiple generations of kids. Yeah, that's just wrong.
generational gap? Now I know what you're probably thinking to yourself. Why are you telling me this? I've played them all. I've been to them all. I've been to Kanto, Johto, Ancho, Habanero, Poblano, Antonio Banderas. I swung them all, sister. Swung with the best. But you ain't never seen the likes of this. That's right. With every big fish, there's a leech on the belly. Today we're gonna have a look at the fascinating world of bootlegged Pokemon games. Now these aren't games you can find in stores. They're games that made their way into circulation one way or another. None of them are licensed or acknowledged by Nintendo, and they're pretty damn hard to find. First off, let's look at what's known as Pocket Monster. It's inferred that it was released in the year 2000 by DVS Electronics, because on the box art there are two small icons reading New Game and 2000. Hey, it's not empirical science, but what can I tell you? I'm a simple man. It's strange. The label on my game says Pokemon Pikachu Edition, which first off isn't even the name of the game at hand, but if you peel back the label, there's another label that says Pikachu and it's spelled wrong? What is this game? Who made it and why? Look at this Pikachu. Seriously, is it any wonder why he's so popular? Even when he's
I think it's deliberate that it's not spelled just the same way, so they could basically argue that there is no copyright infringement. It's not the same thing. I mean, there are lots of bootleg things, I guess, in China and things you can find it, right? About Rolex, but just a one or two later is different, right? Then there is, instead of Honda, there is Hongda with a G in there, right? So there are lots of people deliberately do that because certain areas have copyright laws in a way that if you change the name, it's fine.
half-assed and bootlegged, he still melts my heart. I can feel the money loosening from my wallet already. He's all like, fuck you.
Fuck you, give me my money.
All right, I gotta leave, okay?
John, we just started. Come on, man.
Listen, there's a lot to see in this life. Not wasting it here. Well, there's a shocker for you. 5 seconds into the game and it's already like... Look at his arms flailing. Even he's confused and terrified. Hey, I'm not blaming him. I would be too. Listen to this music. This is not level 1 music. Talk about putting the player on edge right away. This game is extremely hard to play. When Pikachu jumps, the entire game lags. Every single time. But then when you just want to go forward, he speeds up like a power walker with a New York minute to spare. So it's like you're constantly in a battle between game speeds. Makes the platforming real difficult right off the bat. Also, can we take a minute to talk about the fact that Pikachu has the face of a balding middle-aged man? Curly Howard, is
Yeah, I think, you know, he's a bit bloated. It's like Pikachu ate a few pizzas before coming here. he looks a bit bloated. If they made some, face a bit smaller, it would look more cuter than balding.
That you? Did you come back? Did you come back from the ground mausoleum? Even more ridiculous than all that is his walk cycle. I mean, look at that thing! Coupled with the music, it's like a vaudeville act in here. Maybe it really is curly because, I mean, they started as a vaudeville act back in 1925. But that's not that funny, though, because they're all dead. I thought they were supposed to be funny. It's so bizarre seeing a Pokemon game actually playing on my SNES. This game's like a breath of fresh air because it showcases all the Pokemon that we've come to know and love over the years. You can see Beedrill, Porygon, Monkey, Mario Dinosaur, Poop, Abomination. What is this? Is this what happens when illicit Pokemon breeding goes unchecked? I'm looking at this from every goddamn angle there is. I can't tell where it starts and where it ends. Well, it's got a pine cone for a body. It's wearing a fez. And it's got that one staring, unblinking eye that reminds you that this creature lives in never-ending, ceaseless agony.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, this game's...
It's like, I'll see only torture and pain. It's like, that's it, boys. Bring in the cavalry. Torch everything. This thing has gone
pure
too long.
bullshit. You can never see what's below you, so you always have to take leaps of faith that more often than not lead to your untimely demise. And it doesn't even matter how far you get. There's no checkpoint. So if you die, it's straight back to the beginning. When you drop back into the game after a death, that's you. That's an accurate representation of you saying, "No, don't put me back in, please!" The continue screen looks like a PSA for abused Pokemon. To me, it's as if he's laying there, wounded in the light, and a Pokeball rolls up to him, and Ash says, "Keep going, Pikachu, or it's back in the ball for you."
It's like one of those animals video, right? The music plays. 17 million Pikachus are tortured every year.
No, I don't want it! God, shit! So I finally beat the first level. Boss is a Snorlax. It's pretty energetic for a Snorlax, wouldn't you say? So at the beginning of level 2, you just see Ash say, "It's hot?" Oh, he's coming.
What?
Any minute now. Oh, there he is. Okay. Beautiful. Oh, by it's hot, he meant literally. It's a fire level. Thanks for looking out for me, Ash. I really appreciate it.
So what guidance can you give me? It's hot. Oh, thanks for that, man. Thanks. I would never have figured that out on myself.
Oh, this is disgusting. What is that? Is that Branson? Is that tap-dancing crab demon? Is that Nightmare? Is that true Nightmare? Strangely enough, there's another SNES Pokemon game. It's a port of Pokemon Stadium for the N64, it looks like. The biggest difference being that there's a predetermined roster of 12 Pokemon. Don't those names just look strikingly familiar? Who could forget Spia and Daggett and Rafe?
Massive damage!
It is a fully fledged game, but there's not much to say about it. I'm just baffled that it exists at all. Next up is Pokemon Adventure on the Game Boy Color. Oh man, this one looks great! It looks like a game Nintendo actually could have made. Let's do this. I'm ready to go on this balloon-based adventure with Pikachu. What's happening? Nope! Shut it! Fuck!
Can I
What?
just have a break? Can I just have one break?
I'm not playing this up, okay? These were my actual first moments with the game. Complete confusion. You know, this game sets up a certain special scenario for you. It says, "Welcome to the game." That's the one thing you can see. Fuck you. This is clearly a platformer. Why is the first enemy unkillable? Is this just a way to condition me for the journey ahead? Something you might notice is that Pikachu jumps like Sonic. He's even got those super fast spinny feet when he runs, like in Sonic 2. Oh hey, and he even charges up in a ball, like Sonic the Hedgehog. Yep, that's Sonic. It's Sonic!
Yeah, they just took Sonic's animation and copied it over, I guess.
It turns out that this is actually a hack of an existing hack for the Game Boy Color called Sonic Adventure 7.
There you go.
What happened in 3 through 6? Do you even realize what this means? Ladies and gentlemen, we are playing what could be the world's very first double hack.
Warning, John. You are in danger of reaching hack capacity.
Next one up's a bit weird. It's called Moemon. This one's weird. I don't know what to say about it. It's Pokemon with little girls. I mean, it's very obvious that a lot of care and passion went into making this. I mean, you can actually tell which Pokemon is which by looking at those beautifully crafted sprites. But why? Do you realize that for this to happen, someone had to sit down, look at Pokemon, and say, you know, this is great, but it needs more little girls. I'm gonna go downstairs to my basement now, next to my little girl dungeon, and program this game. Welcome to Planet Earth, ladies and gentlemen. The next...
Oh, that took a dark turn. Oh, man. Why would you play a game like that? I think just playing the game is crime enough. I think as soon as you play that game, you should, I guess, you know, go and turn yourself over to your nearest police station. This is fucked up. All of this has been just fucking weird as fuck so far. Look, I don't remember much, like, when I was really small, like, you know, I don't know, 5, 6 years old. When I used to play games like this kind of a console, I don't know, 8-bit, 16-bit, whatever that was, 16-bit consoles and shit like that, and you know, used to play games. I don't remember exactly. I don't think I ever played a Pokemon game, but I'm pretty sure, you know, I never played anything that was a, you know, bootleg. But then again, I was a kid. How the fuck would I know? I could have played that, but this is just ridiculous. Just watching this now at this age, I'm like, how the fuck people play it? Because not that this is just bootleg, it's just hard to play. And, you know, the first one that he said, you know, after you die or whatever, you just go in literally the start of the game. Kids don't have that much capacity. They were like, fuck this, I don't want to play this. And they would just walk out.
Two games I want to talk about are Pokemon Diamond and Jade. I guess someone beat Nintendo to the punch with Diamond there. But oh, this is not the Diamond version you're thinking of, because that would be a time machine. And I know you don't have any of those laying around. In this particular instance, we know Diamond is better than Jade, because Jade has a goat demon on the box. And look at it, just look at the eyes. I think there's feeling behind those eyes.
Feeling a bit of a chill. So I think I'm starting to maybe feel ghosts or something.
I just want to point out that at the beginning of this Pokemon game, there's an armadillo on a cell phone. I mean, presumably just trying to get reception in this forest, because let's face it, there's not much reception out there. Hold on a second. Talk about rocking out with your cock out. I bet you $50 that's the guy who made Moemon back there. That's Mr. Moemon.
Oh.
This game is taking something completely
I like how that thingy. Yo, my man, that bitch Pokemon is here.
fantastical, the world of fantasy monsters, and bringing it down to the most mundane level. He's like, did you remember to pick up the baking soda? So this game has some weird fascination with cell phones. Yeah, totally gets me in the Pokemon spirit. Oh, it's decide time. It's time to make substantial decisions about my life and career. Oh, wait, never mind. Literally just wants me to tell the time. I bet at this point you're all saying to yourselves, John, what is this shit? Get it out of my face. This doesn't look anything like a Pokemon game. Well, if that's what you were thinking, you'd be right. It is in fact a Japanese cell phone themed RPG called Keitai Denju Telefang.
RPG,
okay,
huh?
Now get this. It means mobile phone beast Telefang. God damn it, that was the word I wanted to know most. What in God's name is a Telefang? Listen, Japan, I know this was the early 2000s, but I just can't see a series about monsters talking on telephones ever catching on. Damn it, he's nothing. Yeah, you can say that again. Now the next one's actually one of my favorite ones. It's called Pokemon Vietnam.
I remember somebody making a joke, was it Bill Burr or who, I don't know, that America dropped bombs on them just, you know, a few decades ago. And since then, they've been making this weird like, octopus and anime type of shit that doesn't even make sense. So Japanese making something like a word like Telefang. I mean, that's not that far-fetched to think with all the weird shit they make basically there. I mean, you know, there are lots of bootleg things from there, right? I remember, you know, watching some of the video for certain cartoons and bootleg version of them. I don't know, they just make it so fucking weird, those bootleg versions, that it's not even close to the original one. So, you know, it's not really bootleg, right? Because it's so fucking different. It's just weird, man. So, you know, weird animals and weird words and shit.
Vietnamese crystal. Yeah, that's actually what it's called.
That's racist.
Now you listen here, Pip Pip. A racist mind is a racist kind. Now you take that to sleep with you tonight, because I know it's not. I'm not going to change hearts and minds in a day. You don't give a man a peanut, expect him to have a farm the next day. But it's all right. It's all right. One day we will all be equal on this earth. Until then, I'm going to give you a kiss, Muffin.
This game is exactly as advertised. It's Pokemon Crystal for Game Boy Color, but translated to Vietnamese and sold on the street as a bootleg. Oh, but that is not what sets this game apart from the rest. What makes this one so special is the bizarre translation. Welcome! It's Elf's World? Elf's World? Oh man, this game's bringing the nostalgia right back. How could I forget the first time I ever met Professor Oak? Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, how could I have been so rude? I meant to call him by his preferred name. Elf Monster. He literally demands that not just me, but everyone call him
Elf Monster. I couldn't make this shit up. I couldn't make this shit up if I tried. I'm sad that I lack the talent to make this shit up.
elves. Here are called Monster. Well, that's good to know. He looks happy enough about it. They existed everywhere. Oh, that's terrible. What happened to them? They play friendly, help each other. There are many secrets inside to know these riddles.
Oh, philosophy-wise, he's up there with the greats. Aristotle, Plato, Confucius, meth head down my street that forgot how to speak English from too much meth.
Please
They're friendly. So how the fucking monsters?
check the time.
It was about 1:15. Why'd you want me to do that?
How many minutes? I don't know. There's about 60 of them in an hour. Are we talking days? Weeks? Years? Oh, okay. Looks like I gotta set the time.
No, check the time. How many minutes of your life you wasted on this shit? That's what the developers are saying.
What af 3 hin time? Well, that's a fantastic question. I don't know myself. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, you don't gotta yell. I didn't know it meant so much to you. af 3h17 bad. Sleep too late.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna quit here. This game's starting to judge my lifestyle. I don't need that. I made it past age 18. I pay my bills. I pay my taxes. I'm gonna sleep late if I fucking want to. Fuck you.
Let's get back to the real games here. Pokemon 4-in-1 on the NES. That's just so weird to me.
I just want one of these bootleg games to in the end say, see there, you just wasted your life right there.
A Pokemon game on a console 10 years older than the original game. Who thought this was a good idea? Essentially, what we've got here is just a collection of minigames based around Pokemon, 3 of which apparently revolve around Pica, the eating disorder which causes people to ingest inedible objects. Speaking of food, Pikachu himself looks like a fucking potato. Pika Click, Pika Slot, Pika Dance, and Pac-Man? That one is just called fucking Pac-Man. Okay, hold on. No, that is the only game that had a P in it to begin with. They could have just as easily called it Pika Man, as all the others are themed with Pika, but no, they just left it Pac-Man. Alright, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they didn't want the subtlety of their blatant theft to be lost on the masses. Pika Click is just a game where you match blocks. I don't know what's going on with this one. I don't even know if you can lose. Click, 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 fuck it, I don't give a shit. Pika Slot is stupid too. It's just a slot machine. Literally, it's just luck. Press the button and watch it go. The only feedback you get from this game is the win box on the right. Who would play this? Who would Pac-Man. Oh, now this one's good. This one has some depth to it. Probably because it's Pac-Man. Literally, it's Pac-Man, and it changed the course of the gaming market when it came out because it's fucking Pac-Man. Pika Dance is great. Look at him go. Set to the song Butterfly.
I think Pac-Man, I think literally, changed the computers. I remember watching some documentaries about, somebody who basically, was at the very early stages of computers as we know it, was, coming up, right? What is that place called? Fuck. That's where, most innovators can be found, that valley, whatever that is called. Silicon Valley? Yeah. Somebody in the Silicon Valley, basically, obviously computers were part of offices and things like that, place of business because of prints and shit. You can write memos and whatever. But I think, if I remember, Pac-Man was the first ever fucking game, right? Pac-Man? Was it Pac-Man? Something like that. Pac-Man or something. I don't know, one of those games, right? Or one of those tennis type of game that goes up and down and balls jumps around. That and Pac-Man, I think this is one of the earliest games that basically made sure that normal people, that non-business homes basically, can have computers there because they can play games and things like that. And that made it more, I guess, commercial friendly rather than just business wide. Right, so everybody was starting to get computers for their home, and from there it just changed, right? How people perceived computers. Because before, computers were just like printers that you only see in offices and business places. Games like this changed that, and now computers is the literally base of everything. I know, but most people play games on consoles, but those games were made on PC, and then it went to console just for easier. It's easier. That's why PC is the main core of it. Yeah.
Fly by Smile DK. Where are these Pokemon going to? I think I want to head up there with them. Oh, not to mention,
think you
every
do.
single high score on this game is DDR, 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 didn't bother to hide it, DDR, didn't bother to hide it, Pac-Man, DDR, lose, 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 lose!
Well, my work's done here. I'm gonna go get a goddamn glass of bootleg milk, calm my goddamn nerves. Feel like Geppetto in the goddamn Pinocchio musical.
Wait a second, isn't this that version of Pokemon where the Pokemon actually die instead of faint? And I had that version of Lavender Town that caused all those Japanese kids to get mysteriously ill. Oh,
What?
I should get rid of this.
What the fuck did he just say?
Wait a second, isn't this that version of Pokemon where the Pokemon actually die instead of faint? And I had that version of Lavender Town that caused all those Japanese kids to get mysteriously ill. Oh, I should get rid of this.
What? This game made Japanese kids ill?
Well, maybe I'll just have one play.
Just play it already. Oh no. John is gone.
Boobs.
Thanks for watching. If you want to stay current with all the JonTron going-ons, don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, this is from 2014. A very old video. That's why the intro was different. Alright. Bootleg Pokemon games. I don't know. To me, when I was a kid, obviously I didn't pay attention too much shit because I was a fucking kid. So I knew Pokemon was a thing, but I didn't know how famous it was until, I guess, just a few years ago when Pokemon Go came out. Then I realized Pokemon is way too fucking big, right? I mean, people just basically lose their shit when it comes to Pokemon. So yeah. Alright people, that was Bootleg Pokemon games by the channel JonTron Show. If you like my reaction, don't forget to like, subscribe, check out the recent update, there's a link in the description. Check out the cast for play, check out the in cards, and I'll see you next time.